We often get asked here at TDM about how we think about valuation, be it by students, founders, or other investors. So we thought we'd put together a little fun 5-minute guide. As you can see, we've got some pretty happy clients. They've made about 50 times their money in the last 16 years. But how? There are many ingredients as to why, but ultimately it has been because we've had the opportunity to invest in some of the best growth companies from around the world, be it in the private or public markets. And you may just recognize some of the logos below that are either current or past investments. As investors, when we say fast growing, we mean that their value is growing fast. This is usually driven by top line revenue growth, but is always determined by a range of factors. When we talk about growth in value, we mean growth in fair value. And to compound capital at high rates of return, the fair value of our portfolio, on average, needs to be doing the same over time. Fair value. Given everything we know about the business today, its risks and opportunities, what is the fair price that we're willing to pay at this moment in time? This, of course, is business specific. And it can change over time as competitive advantage either strengthens or weakens, or as markets emerge or disappear. Poor old Blockbuster. For those of us whose Friday night ritual involved a trip to the local video store, it's pretty hard to imagine it now being worthless just a decade later. House of Cards, anyone? Fair value increases over time as the company's competitive advantage strengthens, the growth opportunity increases, and as a result, certainty around the future outcomes is greater. There are few better examples of this than I can think of than Square. From a micro-merchant dongle to now powering a vast array of payments, be it from merchants or peers. But you could insert the logo of any of the great generational companies that have changed the world, be it Shopify or Google. Generating our returns generally is not about buying at a discount, particularly in the private markets. Rather paying a fair price, knowing that this is going to grow over many years to come. A great example is Baby Bunting. It had just 6 stores when we first invested. It now has over 50, and over the time of our 10-year investment, the fair value of the business increased tenfold. This is how we try to compound our money in both private markets and also the generational winners that we back in the public markets. Thank you, Warren. It's fair to say you know a thing or two about this. Sometimes, however, opportunities present themselves in the public markets where there may be a dislocation between the share price and what we perceive to be fair value. If you're right on the business and you're patient, these are the opportunities investors die for, as you can make your returns faster. This happens because you're not only getting the benefit of the business compounding its fair value over time, but the margin of safety, the price between what we pay and the fair value, closes over time. Conversely though, in the public markets you need to look out for the margin of danger. This is when the share price is greater than the current fair value of the business. At this point in time there is a greater risk of capital impairment, and this risk is only compounded if you've overappreciated the quality of the business, and the fair value too is actually below what you originally thought. It's a great reminder to be disciplined in regards to not paying too much for the business you own. Cup of tea, anyone? When buying shares in a private company, it's important for us to pay a fair price, not a cheap one. Private company transactions are like long-term marriages, and as such you want the wedding day to be a joyous occasion for both parties, a day everyone in the room is hugging and pumped up for the future ahead. So in summary, while we're agnostic if a company is public or private, sometimes you get a bargain in the public markets. But due to the nature of the relationships with private company founders and management, we always want to pay a fair price, knowing that that fair price will compound over time.